Hello people, and welcome to a beautiful day out here in Arizona where we're going to be testing the Miata a little bit today. We found a nice little mountain road. We're going to be going up and down and hopefully don't crash today. Alright, so we have stock suspension on the Miata right now. I do plan on lowering it. Like lower control arms, control the camber a little bit. Maybe that'll help the suspension move a little bit better. It'll get the tires and track a little bit better too. Yeah, go, jumping jacks, go.
How do you do them?
You have to use your arms too.
I can't.
Gosh. Alright, so we're gonna hit the corners at the safest speed, but also we need to find a good balance between safe speed and fun speed. So we have to have a good amount of fun. We might break traction a little bit, but we're gonna keep holding on it pretty good. So. About handling. Miata was one of the best handling cars of its time. Probably one of the lightest production cars of its time, but it's still a grand tour, meaning it's built to be driven across country.
Babe, I don't know about this. Hold on.
Handle better than your Mustang. The weight distribution is right on.
Gate ahead.
Yes, there is a gate ahead.
Gate ahead. Babe, that does not mean to go crazy.
I'm not going crazy.
Yes, you are.
I am not. This is slow. I could go twice the speed.
I want to be an outside film camera.
You want to be a what?
Outside filmer.
What is up here? A bike or something? That totally takes away all of our fun. We do have a gorgeous view to our left.
What?
The axle broke. Come up.
Okay. Oh shit. Is that why you're going so slow?
Yeah, I went down, I turned and I hit like one of these things and I think it just popped out.
What do we do?
There you go. So hitting a turn, I turned around and stepped off like one of these little curbs, and we have a nice amount of camber going on. That's what it normally looks like. And that doesn't look good at all. Let's at least try to get off the mountain, yeah?
Yeah. The mountain that we're going down. I'm a girl.
So yeah, it smells like burning rubber.
Times 10.
Hopefully the wheel doesn't pop off as we're driving.
Well, it's not looking good.
Get in the car, take the e-brake down and roll forward a little bit.
How do I make it stop?
Put the e-brake down and let it roll forward.
The brake's the middle one, right?
Oh, I see it's rubbing the tire. Yeah, put the e-brake up, turn the car off and put it in gear. Not the ideal place to fix something on the car, but...
Let's just hope no one comes racing down this corner. Whoa.
We're going back to the future, I guess. Oh no, the ball joints come off.
Alright, let's get a look. What's the ball joint, this?
Yeah, the upper ball joints popped off. So, let's look in the trunk and see if we have one. Sorry. Ooh, if we get lucky, so this... Whoa. So this is the nut. Yeah, my wheel came off.
I just saw that, man. I saw you go up there.
So back when I had all those Jeep parts in the trunk, I took them all out except for the sway bar link. So there's a nut on the end of it. Let's see if that happens to fit on the Miata's ball joint. Ever so slightly too small. You think a lug nut would fit?
I think wouldn't that be too big?
This looks pretty similar to a lug nut now.
Try it.
What do you think? Let's try a lug nut. I think we're gonna want to take the wheel off for that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, the tire was shearing pretty good, rubbing up against the spring. So here's the lug nut sitting where the knuckle meets the upper control arm. So the lug nut looks like and feels like it fits, but you need a significant amount of force to tighten it, to tighten this, because the weight of the knuckle is trying to go down and we're trying to push the lug nut up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to support the Miata with something like a rock or something I can find around here, and then I'm gonna move the jack underneath the lower arms, the subframe, and then we're gonna try to get a nice strong finger tight on that. So I'll be right back. So we're putting the spare tire underneath the car. I'm gonna lower it down, and hopefully the control arm doesn't go all the way down so that I can jack it up. Perfect. Alright, so we closed up that gap on the top of the ball joint. Let's see if this gets tightened up. So I got the park ranger out here. Another park ranger is going to be coming out with some tools. All I need is an 11/16 wrench and we should be good. Just can't tighten it by hand. Baby fingers. Alright, so we have the lug nut in place of the ball joint nut. Approaching the front leg. Alright, should be good.
What actually happened?
Alright, we're gonna take our first little rolling. And the wheel hasn't fallen off yet. It helps to put it in gear. Thank you. Alright, what we don't want to do is corner hard with a lug nut as our ball joint nuts. My mouth is the Sahara Desert right now. I am so thirsty, and my hands are filthy, and I really want an icy.
We are getting an icy.
We're getting ices.
We are getting ices.
2 ices,
We're
3
getting
ices.
5 of them.
Alright, so we made it down to the bottom of the mountain in one piece. I'm probably just a little iffy about it all together, but... Alright guys, fast forward to taking out that ball joint. This was the culprit of the wheel getting some extreme negative camber, as you can see. This has a lot of play on it. This guy's nice and stiff. And we're gonna put that new ball joint back in and we should be good to go. The extent of the damage that the failing ball joint caused shredded the inside of the tire a little bit. Good thing we only drove a couple feet after I noticed something was wrong. So the tire's still good to go. And as you can see, the extent of the damage is mainly cosmetic. You can see that spring has a little bit of metal showing. The brake dust shroud right there is rubbing up against the rotor a little bit, but we can just bend that right back into place. So we're just gonna get that all done and it should be up and running in about 20 minutes.